English Listening Test. Part 3, designed for C1 learners. This test consists of 20 questions, divided into 3 parts. I will provide you with brief instructions at the beginning of each section. Before we get started, take a pen and paper so you can take notes while listening. Are you ready? Let's get started. Part 1. Listen to a lecture about the helix shape to practice and improve your listening skills, and be ready to answer the true or false questions.
I'd like to turn now to the object which is the main point of this talk, the helix. This is a fascinating mathematical object that touches many parts of our lives. Movement, the natural world, the manufactured world, and our genetic makeup are all connected to the shape of the helix. A helix is a type of three-dimensional curve that goes around a central cylindrical shape in the form of a spiral, like a corkscrew or a spiral staircase. The helix is a very popular shape in nature because it is very compact. In fact, helices are sometimes referred to as nature's space saver. In architecture, too, the helix shape of a spiral staircase is an attractive option in buildings where space is very restricted. The most renowned type of helix is probably the double helix of DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid. DNA is made of 2 helices that curve around each other, a bit like a twisted ladder. DNA contains the genetic information or code that determines the development and functioning of all known living things. The helix shape is a very efficient way to store a long molecule like DNA in the limited space of a cell. There are different types of helices. Helices can twist clockwise, right-handed, or counterclockwise, left-handed. An interesting experiment is to hold a clockwise helix, such as a corkscrew, up to a mirror. The clockwise helix appears to become counterclockwise. We can perceive examples of helices in many areas of our world. Spiral staircases, cables, screws, and ropes can be right-handed or left-handed helices. A helix that goes around a cone is called a conical helix. Examples of conical helices are screws or the famous spiral ramp, designed by the architect Frank Lloyd Wright in the Guggenheim Museum in New York. Helices are also prevalent in the natural world. The horns of certain animals, viruses, seashells, and the structure of plants, flowers, and leaves can all contain helices. The human umbilical cord is, in fact, a triple helix. With the discovery that the helix is the shape of the DNA molecule, it is not surprising that the helix is found in so many areas. It's one of the most natural shapes in nature. Let's turn our attention now to the mathematical description of the helix. You'll need a pen and paper for the next part of the talk, as I am going to give you some variables to write down. Take your time to notice the different.
Part 2. Listen to a conversation about artificial intelligence and the transformation of modern workplaces. For questions 1 to 6, choose the correct answer.
Welcome to Perspectives on Work, where we explore major trends shaping professional life. Today's focus is on artificial intelligence and its growing influence on modern workplaces. Joining us is Dr. Lena Harris, a specialist in workplace innovation and digital transformation. Dr. Harris, AI is often portrayed as a disruptive force. How accurate is this portrayal?
The description is partly accurate, but it's often oversimplified. AI is certainly transforming work processes, yet most changes involve augmentation rather than replacement. In other words, AI tools tend to support employees by handling routine and data-intensive tasks, rather than eliminating human roles.
Could you give a concrete example of how this works in practice?
Certainly. In sectors such as finance, healthcare, and logistics, AI systems analyze large volumes of data and produce reports within seconds. Tasks that once required several hours can now be completed quickly, allowing professionals to concentrate on interpretation, strategic planning, and problem solving.
Despite these advantages, many workers remain anxious. What explains this concern?
Uncertainty is the main factor. When people lack clear information, they tend to imagine worst-case scenarios. Initially, reactions to AI are usually mixed, with curiosity about efficiency gains combined with fear about job security. Over time, however, these fears often decrease as workers gain experience using the technology.
What skills, then, will become more important in the future workplace?
Human-centered skills will be increasingly valuable. Critical thinking, communication, creativity, and ethical decision-making cannot be easily automated. Organizations are already prioritizing these abilities when training employees.
Finally, what advice would you offer to professionals who feel unprepared?
Adaptability is essential. Rather than resisting change, workers should continuously update their skills and learn to collaborate with intelligent systems. Those who do so are likely to find new opportunities rather than obstacles.
Part 3. Listen to the academic lecture about social media and mental well-being to practice and improve your listening skills, and be ready to answer the true or false questions.
Today, we will examine the relationship between social media use and mental well-being. While social media platforms offer opportunities for connection and self-expression, they also present psychological risks. One major concern is excessive comparison. Users often compare their lives to carefully edited online images, which can lead to feelings of inadequacy and stress. Research studies consistently show a link between heavy social media use and increased anxiety, particularly among younger users. However, it would be incorrect to say that social media is entirely harmful. For many people, it provides emotional support and access to valuable information. The effects vary depending on age, personality, and usage patterns. Importantly, reducing screen time does not automatically improve mental health. Instead, experts recommend mindful use, being aware of how and why we engage with these platforms. Limited and purposeful use is far more beneficial than complete avoidance. In short, social media is neither entirely positive nor negative. Its impact depends largely on how individuals choose to use it.
Don't forget to share your score in the comments section. If you didn't watch the first and second parts of this level, you can find the link in the description. We will upload more listening tests soon, so don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned. See you in our upcoming videos.